Yo. Y'all know what's going on, man. It's your boy Rich Mo. We back, Black Ink Radio. We in the building. I got my boy with me, special guest WALEED. Y'all give it up.
Appreciate it. What's up, Rich Mo?
What's good, brother?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. You know, it's always a good day when it's a Tuesday.
Always.
You feel me?
Always. You know where we at it too after this.
You know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, let's get into it. You know, I know a lot about you. You're my brother. I'm with you
Right.
every Tuesday. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So now I want the people to get to know, you know, we got a nice little audience, so I need my audience to know what's going on. So WALEED Coyote, right? Where you get that from?
Well, I got that from, it's crazy that you said that, RIP my man, Dana Lucci, Mixmaster D. He was kind of like my mentor coming up in the hip-hop world, and he used to call me that right there. Told me it was $1 million name, so.
Nice.
And I hated it, you know, at first. Like all nicknames. You know, you can't ever really give yourself a nickname. I'm pretty sure you was giving that right there because you rich and you getting more rich.
Yeah,
so,
it was like,
so
man, Rich Mo. It's like, man, that shit it's different, you know what I mean?
It's different, yeah.
Right, so yeah, I feel you. So, you know, rest in peace to homeboy. Sorry to hear that. So I know you come from like North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
That's where you from?
Yes, sir.
Because I know you was heavy in the in the radio game out there.
Yep.
How does it feel to be on the other side right now?
I love it. I love it. I love being interviewed. You know, and I love doing all the you know radio. I'm a fan of radio. I'm a student of radio. Like my whole life changed because of radio. So everything has been radio. Still through watching you, man, and watching you evolve the whole business and our whole culture has been a cool thing, man. Because every week you come set up and you go live and it's amazing. So you know now the control is more into the independent world more than ever in the radio world. You know, so I love you know me. I'm a fan, bro. I sit there and listen to commercials. I listen to DJs. I mean, you know, it's kind of weird how much I love radio. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but if it's something that you're passionate about, you already know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're right. Like everybody got a podcast. Seems like everybody's like a radio personality at this point.
Correct.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing about it when you used to do it?
Radio was just, man, that connection to the audience. Like, if I get on the radio and I invent something, like a lot of times I'll be on the radio and I just speak something in existence. So when I was on air, you know, I invented a car show out there that ended up being one of the biggest car shows. Wow. I used to have exotic dancers on my show every Wednesday, rap battles every Tuesday and Thursday. So I took commercial radio at 100,000 watts and used every watt possible. Plus, God bless the station because they used to also, you know, support the records that we was putting out. So it was a dream, man. It was really like that was the only station I ever listened to growing up, 102 Jams. So it was like, even back then now, I haven't been on the radio in 5 years. Even when I go back to North Carolina, everybody say, yo, you 102 Jams in the building.
Yeah.
So I know,
that's
like,
dope.
damn, you know, like, that's what's up. So, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they know you, so you stamped out there.
Oh yeah,
that's dope. And see, I gotta see. This is a blessing. You know, I gotta take a couple notes. I heard a couple things you said. I'm about to, you know, try to implement some of that in my shit. You know what I'm
listen, man. I give all my radio guys all the stuff because when I was on air, man, it was like you would think of something and then you do it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just happens
it just
right
makes
before.
It becomes big.
And so I never ever asked for permission for nothing from my program director. I would just ask for forgiveness. You know, I'm sorry.
But I did it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be big.
Boy, it's gonna be huge. I mean, bro, we'd have like gang members in the station. We'd have, you know, cash man. I mean, statute of limitations. So I mean, we'd have like smoke. I mean, it just was crazy.
I can talk about it now.
But it was probably one of the best times of my life because the connection to the audience is everything, you know. So like right now, there's somebody out there listening right now that we're gonna get connected to, and then once you have that, you don't never meet no strangers. Me, I've always speak to everybody. I say hello to everybody, you know. So that comes from radio, you know. And then you know, with my ex-girlfriends, I'd be like, damn, how you talk to so many females? I'm like, bro, because I used to be on the airway 7 hours a night, just 102, what up, hey, what's up, what up? So, you know, that's the beautiful thing.
Talking to everybody, so you was just getting,
yeah.
It was easy for you. So I know a lot of artists came through there, so can you name some artists you might have connected with before they got big and you felt like, I knew it?
Oh, man. So many of them. Man, like we helped K Stylist. Shout outs to K Stylist. He did the thing, you know, he's the king of twerk. Young Dolph came to my club 3 times for free. I had Dolph come on a Monday. We're sitting here chopping it up. He's actually handing CDs out. 2 Chainz, Titty Boy, great friend. I've been on 2 Chainz a long time. Since he was Titty Boy with him and Dollar. I done seen Titty Boy come to the station and hang out for hours, you know what I mean? I'm talking about hours. So DJ Khaled, that's another brother of mine that me and Khaled, we started at the same time. So Khaled had the same time slot. So when he comes to Greensboro, me and him would just hang out all day on the radio. But people that I knew was going to pop, man, I mean, I've seen them all, bro. Like, our area is so influential because it's not a Hollywood market. You know, like, no disrespect to the big cities, but when you go to a big city, anybody could come in there and get their record played, and everybody loves it, right? So everybody act like they like the record. Where I'm from, if you play the record and they don't like the record, they're gonna come across, with a bottle and beat you up or something. So they really serious about their music. Plus, we got all the historically black colleges, all the colleges. So everybody had to come through our area to break first. From Run DMC times to right now, everybody goes to North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia to break their records, and that's gonna always show you show money. So we had everybody come first. I interviewed Rich Homie Quan a week after he got out of jail, and brother had on a white tee. I could show you the picture.
Damn.
Bro, no jewelry, no nothing. I have the straight the Gucci man straight out of jail first time after he caught the body. I'm talking about I have fresh out. There were times on the radio where I remember when your boy what's my man name? Damn, Meadow World Peace, my man.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a situation where, he choked the dude out. I'm the only person to ever get him to talk about it, ever.
Wow.
Ever in life. Cause
that means you real good at what you do, for real.
And Mike Jones, another crazy story. How I met Trey the Truth. Mike Jones on the radio live talking about him and Trey. Trey calls me the next day. Me and Trey become real good friends. So ultimately what happens is, again, man, when you get these relationships early on, you see who's going to be who. Me and Ross spent probably the first afternoon together when Hustlin' first came out.
That was early.
Yeah, and I interviewed Ross, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember that first interview to now, him and me friends. So it's like the radio gives you the platform. Ludacris, he told me early on, bro, stay on radio. That's how you're going to meet everybody. So
because he was on radio.
Yeah, of course. Chris Lover and Poon. Shouts out to my man Poon. So it's one big circle. Nobody's going to walk through these buildings. It's not somebody.
That's a fact.
So if you nurture the relationships and you say, yo, this guy right here is my guy, then you in the town. So you got to remember, when you in the town, they need weed, they need chicks, they need parties,
everything.
They need everything. They stranded.
Wow, man.
They need soldiers. They don't know, man. They got jewelry on. It's a lot they don't know in the land. So
you can help them with everything.
A to Z.
That's facts.
And then so for me though, it wasn't just that. It was so funny because I was always pushing my records and the artists that were signing me, so it didn't even matter. They come into the radio station, I'm interviewing them. Next thing you know, what's up with a feature? What's up with a beat? What's up with this? What's up with that? And that's how a lot of this stuff happened for us.
Okay.
Right there.
And what's some of the artists that you worked with and, that was your artist, and then either now they there or they still with you? Talk about your artist.
Well, Luke Nasty been rocking with me since he was 15 years old.
Shout out to Luke. That's my guy right there. I fuck with Luke.
Bro been with us, man, since 15 years old, bro. So him, Rico Barino, I don't know if you're familiar with that, Fantasia's brother. He had some, that guy right there.
Yeah.
And we worked with a little artist by the name of The Baby before he blew up.
Shout out to The Baby,
little guys like that,
You feel me?
Who's out of here,
little something.
For a record, Luke Nasty gave The Baby his first feature ever.
Wow.
A song called Coming Over. And a lot of times we were always out on the road together. Shout outs to Arnold Taylor and, South Coast Music Group, them family. So, we all had the one mission of putting North Carolina on the map. And then you look up now, you see Moray, you see Stone from Vegas, you see a lot of people that's really blowing.
Yeah, they out there.
And that's just, that was the mission, to put the Middle East on,
Facts. Yeah, shout out to that. Nigga said, now, a little guy called a baby. He's big now.
Just a little guy who's only getting $500,000 a night.
That's it. Ain't nothing big.
He getting Grammys and everything else. Can't lose. Right. Whatever he does, can't lose.
That's crazy. So, with this thing with the King of Diamonds, because if anybody's the King of Diamonds, it's Akinelli, but if it ain't him, you the go-to.
That's
so,
my brother, man.
How did you get into that? How'd that happen?
Well, I try to clear a sample. Here we are. That's it, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Ak is a legend in his own right.
Of course,
for those that Akinelli helped getting Nas on. He discovered Nori. This guy's the one who took Jay-Z all over the country. And if you know his history, Biggie shouted him out on his album. Like, this is Ak, So what's crazy is back when I was a youngster, I ended up doing a show one night, and I was DJing. It's one of my DJ days when I was on the ones and twos. See, Rich, I did it all, from handing out flyers.
I see, man.
See, I was a flyer boy to the club owner. So I did it all. So, that's why the struggle, when people come to me, try to tell me about how much they struggled, I laugh. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. You've been homeless, right? So what? So we all have.
Right, exactly.
So how many times, you know what I tell the artist, how many times you been homeless?
Right.
I don't care. So you ate today? Good. Get out my face, bro. Cause
exactly.
So sometimes you don't eat this, So there's nothing you can tell me, right? So what happens is, Akinelli is somebody I did a show with years ago, and then I tried to clear the sample. I had an idea for this record called Keep My Name Out Your Mouth. So that was one of my favorite songs, always put it in your mouth, because we always played at the party.
Right.
So I was
that shit still hit.
Yeah, still hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was staying in Miami, right? messing up a bunch of money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So
That's Miami.
Yeah. So every night I go to V Live, and I'm about to go back to North Carolina tomorrow, man. I'm trying to clear this down. So me and him just talk every day for about a month and a half straight. This is a true story. Every day, month and a half, we became like, it was him, God bless the dead, Prince Marky D, every night in V Live, right?
Right.
So we start talking hip hop. So for me, like, when I get around the new guys, I'm giving them info. When I get around the old dudes, I become a fan.
Take the info.
I need answers. What's up with Mary J. Blige? What's up with this? How was you feeling when this record came? Like I started harassing them, like, because I'm a fan of this. So
me too.
So every day, so he's like, bro, I'm gonna come out. We're going to hit the road, you know what I'm saying? I'm about ready to get back on the road. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And so one day he called me, and I think it was in September of 2019, and he was in Greensboro. He like, bro, I'm here. Let's go. Just like that. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. So we hit the road, and then COVID hit like 2 months later.
Damn.
And then I remember it was like right after he had a Radio City Music Hall show. And what's crazy was he was honored at the Radio City Music Hall with the Loud anniversary. So everybody was there, Wu-Tang.
Right.
I mean, our whole childhood. That was the last time I seen DMX.
Crazy. The best music.
Yeah. R.I.P. X, we was right there. X, Reggie Noble, Redman. Everybody was there. Mobb Deep, Havoc, R.I.P. Prodigy.
Right.
I seen like all these guys that we grew up listening to, and then like a month later, the whole world shut down. We was in Miami, right? And then after that, we were like, what we gonna do? I said, bro, let's hit it. So we waited like a month, and then we just started creating shows. We started creating parties. We started creating tours. Like we created our own tour in the pandemic. Literally, it was like we went out. We pull up with all the cars everywhere, and then him and me was talking like, bro, I want to get we're probably gonna get the building. We're gonna get the building. What you think? Yeah, let's do it. And then
that's dope.
One post, February this year. I'll never forget it. We came in to look at the building for the first time. I came in to look at the building. I said, all right, let's post this on the gram. He said, all right, 2 weeks from now, we're going to open up the doors. We posted it, man. That thing was like a hit record, bro.
That's crazy.
One post, and it went crazy. The very next week, we had like the auditions. 2,000 chicks showed up. I'm talking about we had road construction, dirt road.
Every chick I know in Atlanta was like, I'm about to work at KOD. I'm like, God damn.
And what's crazy is it wasn't like a lot of marketing and promotions dollars spent at the time. It was really just a couple of Instagram posts.
That's it, because it was really like a word of mouth, honestly.
It was like a hit record.
Yeah, just
the hit
spread.
record gonna go.
Yeah,
what
you
you
ain't
do,
do nothing.
you could disguise it. You could try to spend all this money, try to promote
King of Diamonds coming to Atlanta. There's nothing you can do about that one.
You can do about that one. And then every artist, and so Aki's real big on entertainment and execution. Bro, don't smoke, don't drink. He real focused on.
Oh, that's dope.
On the prize, So if you ever see him, he there just game face.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, he be standing there watching the money.
He's watching the money, but he also a mastermind. And so whenever we connected, bro, it was like I met my lost long brother, and we just got busy.
Sorry,
Cause see, sometimes no.
You said you lost your brother?
No, I said
my long lost brother.
I got an older brother.
Damn.
No, I got an older brother. He's good.
All right, cool. Yeah,
he's alive.
Please.
But I'm saying, God bless him. But I'm saying for Aka, it was like, yo, we, cause we come from the integrity world, we come from the discipline world, and we come from do what you say you're gonna do world.
Right.
That's very important.
Stand on it.
A lot of times people have amnesia. I mean, bro, this business right here will bring out the biggest amnesia you ever seen in your. People forget.
I said that.
People, I don't know. Like, that wasn't what we meant. So even with the contract, so it's good to find people that have like-minded, have integrity, and have that's really important with what we do.
Okay. Because
we want to make sure you get the good experience and everybody, and really we believe in making stars, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going on at Touch the Pole Tuesday, because it's a lot of dope artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people like Casanova, even like my boy, Hot Boy Q.
Hot Boy Q. Now let's talk about Hot Boy Q.
I love that song. When he first played it for me, I was like, yo, this shit hot. I should perform it. I said, yeah, nigga. Like, before he ever performed it.
Yeah.
He's like, I said, yeah, that shit hot, nigga. Like, I love that song.
Hot Boy Q, for not to throw him under any kind of bus, is to give him all the praises, works at King of Diamonds along with a lot of other people. But he's special because bro really like goes in there and does what has to be done. He's not coming in with a costume, no jewelry, no one.
He be at work.
And he's at work, and he'll come and do the song, and all the girls genuinely go crazy.
They
go crazy. And I'm like, bro, I'm signing them. That's it. Like, I'm going to put the jewelry on him.
Like, that shit, yeah, because once he get all that,
it's over.
He good.
Now, we put him in a nice, crazy car, give him the jewelry. Because, I like that because, see, for those listening, anybody could pop. Anybody. See, I hate when people tell me somebody's garbage or somebody is trash. I don't like them words because, you know, like, art is in the beauty of the beholder. And old dudes, right? I'm an older dude, but my mind state is not old when it comes to music. Because I know that what I like, and then I know what my demo likes, and I know what people that my peers like.
Right.
So I know what my colleagues like, but I also know what the streets like. And the streets is always going to change.
Right.
A Hot Boy Q literally could be in 1 year the hottest thing in the world,
In
right?
the world, I believe that.
In the world, he could be the craziest thing and then
that.
not answer none of our calls. Right? like
nigga, I told you to
yeah.
I told you to perform.
I told you,
You
exactly.
did what?
He did what? Who?
Right.
What? Nah, bro. Here,
King of Diamonds. I ain't never worked there.
I ain't never worked there. I'm chilling.
Rick
now.
Ross, huh?
Exactly.
I ain't never worked there.
But I'm a boss
I'm
now,
a boss, nigga.
So that's a real statement. So it's like when you know music is a gift, so anybody can pop. So you got to be careful.
True.
So when somebody tell me, yo, man, this person is garbage, or I don't really like them because they suck. How do you know they suck? Bro, there's somebody in France, there's somebody in Uzbekistan right now. When you paying for them YouTube views, they come from Uzbekistan or wherever, right?
For real.
So there's somebody out there watching and that's
man,
it.
listen.
And you never know.
I learned that the hard way. When I had a studio for 10 years. I do mixing and mastering. I also was a DJ, so
right.
I done went down the same roads as you, some of the same roads. And I used to record niggas. And I used to be saying, yo, this nigga is trash. Like, I don't even understand it. Why you just chill? But then one day it was a nigga in the studio and he was recording and the niggas was going crazy. And I'm like, this shit is trash. But niggas was going crazy. But then it dawned on me, it's like, yo, whatever he's talking about, they can relate to it. So and his art, it might not be good to me, but they love it. It's something they can relate to.
That's right.
And I realize there's millions of people that could probably relate to anything.
Correct.
Some of these artists be off beat, but who am I to judge?
And
it's
now that's
their
in
art.
That's in now. To be slightly as tad bit off beat.
Exactly.
For those that understand and know the music, which is like only like 8% of the world, really 7% really hear music sonically and understand the notes, understand. And those are the weirdos that like us that really
love it.
Really love it. But when you see somebody break through that is offbeat just a slight bit or just speak rapping, and that next thing you know the whole world goes crazy. See, I'm a DJ first, right? So I always want to see the reaction. I tell people all the time, I'm after the reaction because if they react to your record, you know, like you can't pay the whole club to like your song.
No,
you can pay the dancers,
you
right?
Can pay the DJs,
and you can pay the DJs. But watch how the DJs can't wait to get your shit off when it ain't popping. That $100-$200 is like you
get the
verse,
you get the intro,
intro, verse, hook, and then we out.
You out. Yeah,
There's a minute and a half tops, and he's gone. He doesn't want to mess with you no more. So at the end of the day, like that's really important. Like as artists out there listening, like that's something that you got to know. You got to engage the audience, and we look for reaction. But man, there's been times, man, I went in the club and I'm like, man, I hate this song. And next thing you know, that joint comes on.
And then I'm sick. It happened to me. Happened to me. I hate songs, and then you get in the club, you feel a vibe. The rest of the club is vibing, and I start liking it. Yeah,
the first time that ever happened to me, man, I'll never forget. It was No Limit Soldiers by Master P and the whole No Limit family. See, Master P was a genius because when you left the studio, he wouldn't mix the record down. So sonically, and to those that understand that a lot of his music is like super not mixed.
Yeah.
So, but when you see the reaction in the club, like you talk about Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy, I was the first person to ever interview Soulja Boy in history. We got the same birthday and everything. So Miami Mike.
Y'all hear that?
So Soulja Boy, we had booked Soulja Boy
to
come to North Carolina for like $700. Right, he had a song called Shootout. Him and Miami Mike and A-Rab, true story, pull up in like this old beat up van. You know, not really beat up. You know, whatever.
It's an old van.
It
wasn't
a van. It wasn't what it was. And bro had rubber bands all around, like that was his necklaces. And I told him, I said, bro, I couldn't even put him on the primetime slot, so I had to go in the back studio and interview him, you know, like so we could play it later. Right? So on radio, if you're not an A-list and you come in on an afternoon show or a night show and you're really not that dude, but they record you and they play it at a later time, which is the mix shows, you know.
Like you throw it in somewhere.
So I had to put him on the mix show thing because they wanted to prove that. Even though I knew that he got one of the biggest records called Shootout, right? So, but Shootout came out at the time where the dude lost his mind, and Virginia Tech, one of the first, you know, bad incidences of where the dude goes in and shoots up the whole classroom and kills like 20 people, and like that was the wrong song. And,
it wasn't a good time for
him. And I seen Soulja Boy's frustration, like, bruh, this music shit, man, gotta give up. Something gotta give. I'm gonna give up. Some shit like that. Where I was like, bro, don't give up. You're gonna be something big. But 6 months later, he had his biggest song in the world. And but he never, for me, he never ever fronted. But I see him right now. It's all love, always 100%. So you know that changes. The music is only gonna be there for your moment in time where you're 16 and 1982, you're 16 in 1992, you're 16 in 2002, you're 16 in 2012. Whenever you were 16, that's the era, 16, 17. That's when you was probably getting high for the first time or get your first little drink, prom. Right. Music was everything at that moment to everybody around you, right?
Hell yeah.
Because they all had money for however you was getting the CDs, MP3s, iTunes, now Spotify. So that's the time span that you was growing up. That's what you think is the best, you and your people. Like that's the music.
Right, late 90s for me, right. early 2000s.
So you're gonna always say that's
the best music
so
ever.
Feel Fabulous, Nate Dogg, like everything that was coming out right after the buildings fell. So that was it. That was a whole new, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, probably to use one of the biggest albums ever. Because
it ain't. Look, it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? But you could play every one of them through. But that's a nostalgia time, right?
For me, yeah.
For you, that's a nostalgia. Like for me, it was around maybe a couple years before that, and I just show my age. But it was the Biggie era. It was like when Biggie first came out in Pac, and so we knew like.
Well, me too, because I was 17 in 1997. So yeah, 96. I was 16. So. Honestly, yeah. For me, it was all that because I was signed to Motown when I was 13, so I was in music.
And I never even knew that. That's crazy. See, that's a fact I didn't know. What you was doing?
Yeah, I was signed. I was in a group, a rap group.
What was the rap group?
I was 13. It was called the Bookworms.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were signed to Motown through Arista. Motown Arista. Hiram Hicks signed, and then after that we signed to Biv 10 with Michael Bivins.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I was thinking about Biv 10 the other day. I said, yo, whatever happened to Biv 10? Because before the Diddy's. Before Master P, it was Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Listen,
you feel me? When Homeboy had Biv 10, he changed Biv 10. Like Michael Bivins changed the model of like dudes. Like even when you see Floyd Mayweather, anybody that comes out of being a player now to an owner.
He was one of the first to do that. Yeah.
And I was wondering the other day, like what happened to him, bro?
Yeah, I don't know, cause he had some acts back then too. Like we talking about, I don't know if he let them, if he actually signed them to his label, but he ABC, all of those people.
Boys to Men, bro. That was it. Well, after Boys to Men, come on, man. Like what? That's it. Motown Philly, he tell you everything.
Man, listen. So I don't know what happened to him. That's crazy.
That's something that
something to think about.
But look at what how far Diddy and them took it. But I didn't think that that you was signed at 13, so that's big.
Yeah, man. I've been doing music since then, man. Just going through deals, till I said, man, fuck all that. I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the wave right now.
Yeah, that's why I fuck with you, because I know you represent Empire.
Yes, sir.
I also have a distribution through them.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying? At this point, I got it in like 2015, and I've been rocking with them ever since. So I fuck with them. But yeah, man, that's crazy.
That's definitely crazy, yeah.
So, like right now, what songs you got out right now? Cause I know you got something that's going crazy right now.
Yeah, right now, Back It Up, Luke Nasty is starting to really go nuts, and it's crazy because it's coming at the right time with the world opening up. That's been a really, 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 really big record. One of the records that I signed a couple of years ago, a song called "I Bet You Won't." That started like never dies. It's always the famous Amos and them. So and I got the label side, and then I got the distribution side. So Empire. Hats off to Ghazi and the whole crew. I've known Ghazi, for a long time. That's like me and him are really actually related. So in 2015, I left radio in Greensboro, and moved to San Francisco, and then like 3 months later, I had like one of the biggest records in the country with Luke.
Oh yeah,
So that's how that took place fast. But my own label is Others Records, which is you got Black, White, Hispanic, you got Others. So whenever you see us put the O up, that's the Others. So like that's just a mind frame, and I've had this label for a really long time. Feeling like I'm from the Middle East, came here when I was 8 years old. I didn't really fit in. I mean, I fit in with the music, but I knew I wasn't African American. I wasn't black. I wasn't Hispanic. I wasn't Puerto Rican. I was nothing of these things that I kept getting called.
That was a norm. Yeah.
That's what they see me. That's what they say. And I loved hip hop music. And a lot of my friends were black people. So, but I knew who I was. So then it was like Others was like a mind state where you could be black or white or whatever. And race is just so prevalent in America where they act like it's not a big deal. So then why do you have it on a race application? Why when I go get a job, right, you got to ask me what I am? And then so when you being Arabic like me, right, I don't fit in none of them boxes.
None of the things, right.
None of them boxes. So you don't have no Middle Eastern, you don't have nothing. So I said to my, there's a lot of biracial babies. There's just a lot of people that don't want to fit in. And then for other people, like maybe such as yourself, why is that a big deal if I'm trying to get a job or I'm filling out a license application and I get pulled over? What does it matter what my race is, right? We're supposed to be kumbaya. We're supposed to be all lives matter, black lives matter, every life matter, right? So what does my race have to do with getting a job?
That's the crazy part.
For what reason?
Right. And then it's like black, non-Hispanic, white, this, that. You know what I mean? That shit is, like you said, I be thinking about it like, why you need to know that?
So, even my mom, my pops, RIP at the time, he was like, why you want to be other? Like, that's not a good thing. Like, because that's what they gave me. And in America, I love this country because they buy what they fear here, and they always love what, they love you like the N-word, right? So when you start saying yourself as the N-word, right? You call yourself that, right?
Now what you gonna call me?
Exactly. So I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that other,
The other, I ain't gonna lie, I like that name, the other. I like that. That's like, I love being an outsider anyway, or different.
Always.
So that's a dope ass name. I like that. I ain't gonna front.
And I appreciate that. So yeah, we got that. Just recently, I got a situation where I gave Turkey distribution deal to Hot Boys. Working out with I taught a Crazy Bone today. I do a lot of old school and a lot of new school. So we got the distribution side and then the artist side where we're gonna break Marvin Walters. He's a world island artist. I signed him earlier this year. I like challenges.
Oh, he be performing, right?
Yeah.
I love that dude, bro.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to bring him here next week.
Yeah, that nigga nice. Yeah, I definitely got to bring him up here for real.
Yeah, he goes
I
crazy.
fuck with him, man, for real.
Goes crazy.
And, I just met Turk, too, recently. He's cool. And as far as Crazy, I did songs with Busy Bone.
Wow.
I got 2 songs with Busy.
I spoke to Busy the other day, So.
Yeah, Busy's a cool dude, but he, you know how that goes.
Yeah, and Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I think in hip hop, one thing what's our gift is our curse. Like we keep evolving, so new things keep happening, but the respect for the old school just diminishes. So what we do on a Tuesday night, we bring the legends with the new guys.
I love it.
So you're gonna hear a new guy like a Casanova, right? Or Swallow the Bottle, or Marvin, or whoever, because now we created and a lot of our employees and staff that work at the spot
fucking talented.
Are talented. So to me, it's like you're not paying nothing to get on that stage if you work here.
Facts.
You feel me? And we're not price gouging. I'm not interested in making so much money that I'm making off the artist. I'm really trying to find me somebody. Shout out to ESPN Drip. I just started working with him, Leah Givenchy. Okay. Like, these are people that I met strictly through KOD.
Right.
I had no idea who these people were before they walked in there.
Me either. Now I know of them because they came in.
And so it's a culture, man. When you establish an ecosystem and a subculture and it starts feeding off of itself, we want to find the artist that we go get $1 million from, not the artist that I'm gonna go stick for 8,000 or 7,000 or whatever thousand, and now he feels slighted or he mad and now he's trying to. Yo, real street. Yo, my G, I get it. Listen, man.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, man.
And that's the crazy thing, because coming up as an artist, I realized what paying your dues was. So, see, paying your dues to me is a version of some niggas that didn't get signed or signed and kind of washed up. Now they jerking a new artist.
Right.
What they doing is they making them pay $7,000-8,000 to perform for somebody. It's just they jerking them and they're promising them, a way out, and it's not really a way out for them. It's not really, they're not trying to get you nowhere. What I like about what you doing is that, first of all, the prices are very fucking reasonable to perform at the legendary King of Diamonds. Let's start there. You feel what I'm saying? And second of all, you actually are bringing the future. All these niggas be talented.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And then you are paying homage to the artists that we know and love from before, because when them niggas perform, it gets crazy in there.
It gets crazy.
And it's sad that these niggas is not booked everywhere.
I mean, unbelievable.
But I feel like you smart enough to understand that book these niggas, because this is what people want to see. Like you said, the Young Bloods, that's nostalgia for me.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Right
them niggas right there, fucking, what's the other ones?
J-Bo and Sean Paul.
Man, listen, all of them, fucking, even OJ the Juice Man, everybody that you had, I'm like, they gonna be there. Oh, for real tonight?
I'll
be hyped. You see, I get on stage for that.
And I love it when you get on stage. Your presence is big, brother. But the thing is, also, a lot of these dudes I got history with, through the years, like I known the Youngbloods 20 years. I known a lot of these guys, so we on the same circuit. So they had to come do the interviews, you know. Like they come do the, you know, like Jock is a good friend of mine that we known for a long time, and either T-Pain the other night, just seeing them in this realm of, I seen y'all when you was. You feel me? Like when you was, so come on now, because you could still be right there, but let's get to it, because these guys have to pay homage to you. They have to understand that there will be no us without them. You know, like Hurricane, just him hitting my phone is big. You know, shout outs to Run DMC. Just when I see them dudes, I'm just like, big. Man, that's like, you know, you guys should be awarded somewhere, like a award. Like y'all should be. You know, Rolling Stones are coming to Atlanta, right? And Mick Jagger's gonna sell this place out 3 nights in a row. But LL Cool J, who rightfully is the Rolling Stones for our stuff, for us, might do what, 300-400 people,
and that's fucked up.
But right or wrong,
that's messed up.
You know what I'm saying? But like Wu-Tang is different, Outkast is different. But I'm talking about like the pioneer.
Yeah,
and
like
even
real.
And if you see the audience in the Wu-Tang audience right now, who's selling it out? It ain't the youngsters that's paving the way for the culture, because they look at that and they say, oh man, them dudes is old. Right. I seen Raekwon the other night. I started going crazy. Ray like, bro, I didn't even know that was you, because he's like, boy, you look so young. I'm like, man, because I know Ray for a long time. Nigga. So when I see Ray, I start going crazy. You know, like we was there with Nick Cannon. Nick is somebody else that also do a lot of work with too. Shout out to Nick Cannon. But like, shout out to Nick. So when I see somebody like that, man, it's stop the presses. Yeah, stop the presses, bro. Because and then these guys are one sample away from being back.
Right, exactly. One especially niggas like Raekwon, and you know what I'm saying, man. Like. Come on, let somebody sample fucking Ice Cream in one of them songs real quick. It'll be over.
It's game over.
You feel what I'm saying? And niggas will be back on it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That shit crazy. Like, I feel the same way, man. And it's just dope that you actually giving these people a platform. You know, I just did a award show where I awarded, like, Trillville, Mr. Cheeks, what's this guy name? My dude, Busy B from the original. And then we also did DJ... we did a couple DJs, Fahrenheit, because you know he used to do whatchamacallit. So we just awarded.
Fahrenheit, he was with Jeezy, right?
Jeezy, exactly.
Yeah, I know Fahrenheit.
So we gave them awards. We tried to give them. We did what we call giving them their flowers. Yes. So the awards actually had flowers on them, and it just was basically saying that we appreciate y'all. Right. Men at Large, that dude came. He was singing. You remember Men at Large? Of
course, I remember Men at Large. Bro.
All of them. We did the pass the mic. We made them pass the mic to each other, and like Busy B called Mr. Cheeks on stage. Mr. Cheeks called Trillville on stage. Trillville called Men at Large on stage. And then at the end, we had booked Boosie. So Boosie came on stage at the end.
I know, it's crazy.
He closed it. Man, it was fucking phenomenal,
I know,
bro.
that sounds amazing.
Man, it felt good. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds really good.
It felt really good. So it was beautiful. But that's you know, that I understand where you're coming from, what you're doing. You know, I ain't peeping at first, but it's like now that you're talking about it, it's like, damn, we on the same page. And didn't even really know it. Like you paying homage to the people that niggas need to really be looking at and thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Because they the pioneers. They want that started.
And they could teach.
Yes, they could learn a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Cause
they made a lot of mistakes.
That's right. See, when Michael Jordan leaves, he's going to go coach and he's going to go on the team, you know? So, like, a lot of the NBA coaches now that we see were players at one point. Larry Bird and everybody else, you know?
Exactly.
So these older brothers, they could go and take the younger guys and say, hey, man, watch out for this. Watch out for that. And then that becomes the each one teach one, you know?
Right. But I feel, nah, you got to drop ball on that one. But I just feel like a lot of these young dudes are not open for that. And that's the problem.
I mean, the problem, too, is, you know, I think you just touched on it. It was our culture right now, the popular hip-hop culture, right? Selling records and the new guys. What do they tell you? They tell you they came from where? In the mud. Mm-hmm. Man, ain't nobody helped me. I came out here by myself, which is incorrect. Right? Because you have a staff of 100 on the record label, so I don't care if you're independent. You pay somebody to work your record, so you have a staff, right? Yeah. So you did not come from the mud, exactly. So then when you get to where you're at, now you say, I don't deal with broke people no more, right? So what is it, bro? Like so you was once this guy that you don't want to be with no more. You don't want to be around him. This same broke dude that you talking about was you. So a year ago, before your chain, because see, where I'm from, too, they like them chains. So people get scared in Carolina. They're like, bro, I ain't going over there. Because, bro, listen, I'm telling you, like, the chains go. Like, if you ain't going to pay homage to the land or you ain't going to come and say hello, they're going to get it every time. And so
same thing in New York.
The same where y'all originated at. Right. You snatch the chain and go in the building, you'll never see the guy
Bronx.
again.
We already know.
Come on, man. That's where hip-hop started and evolved from the Bronx. Everybody tell you that. That's the home. So where does it be the line where if you're sitting there telling somebody that, yo, man, I came from nothing, and now you got some, now you don't want to deal with nobody else that got nothing.
Yeah, that's sad.
And that's so it's like, but with that same sadness, it keeps the generations moving forward, because
True.
Kool Moe Dee, back to LL Cool J, lost the battle with LL Cool J. Why? Because he didn't switch up his style. He had the same dress, he had the same outfit, the same the rhyme pattern was the same. So for us, you know, it evolves. So what is the gift is the curse. It evolves by having a new guy who looks at Lil Pump now and says Lil Pump is old school. He's old. He's garbage. You know, the new guy. You know, and then us, all them little dudes is like, they so new, but they're old to somebody right now.
Yeah.
If you was out 3 years, 4 years ago,
You old.
I heard somebody say the other day, yo, back in 2014, it was, and I said,
said back in
nigga,
that was yesterday.
I know that was yesterday, but really it was 7 years ago. So if a kid was
Wow.
14 years old, now he's 21.
He don't want to hear that same shit.
Come on, man, he's 21 now. Now he's gonna get
Yeah.
drunk. He's gonna get
grown.
loose. He grown. So, but 7 years ago to you and me was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So
I moved here in 2014.
Exactly.
Feel like I ain't been here that long.
And congrats to you, man. Shout out to C's. I mean, just looking at this whole building is unbelievable.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I know you hold it down on the streets, so.
Definitely. You know, C's my brother. I've known C's for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bronx, too. Contrary to people's belief that he's from Harlem.
Yeah, I always thought he was from Harlem. I'm learning.
He reps Harlem. He reps because, you know, since his first shop was in Harlem, that's where people think he's from. But he's from the Bronx. He's from the Valley. I'm from Edenwald Projects, which is right around the corner from the Valley.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate that. But shout out to you, man. Like, you do a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I even, you know, I had spoke to C's, you know what I'm saying? He said he knew you from a long
That's
time.
my man.
Yeah, like, you know, so I definitely, you know, I told him a story about how you was one of the first people to book him.
That's right.
And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, you was saying that somebody else had it, you know, you didn't even have like a bank account.
No bank account.
Yo, he was like, yo, man, we from the hood. What you expected? I said, I know.
But, bro, it was crazy because
That's crazy.
Because me and my partner was on the phone. I remember like it was yesterday. And they're like, yo, you just Western Union the money. And I'm like, what? But I knew a mutual friend, and I had to trust. And they came down here, and that party we did, no lie, I did a party with them. It was CIAA weekend, and we had Black Ink. It was on their first bookings ever. And then we had Jim Jones and DJ Scream that same night.
That's crazy.
And years later, I brought C's out on stage with Duchess at the Coliseum.
Right.
And then I just seen him move, and I seen him just go crazy with like this, the Black Ink, this. I mean, his vision was so unbelievable that at the time there was no minorities in the tattoo game getting the kind of love and for him to come and do the shows and the seasons. So that's definitely one of the accolades for me to have a war story to say that, yeah, man, I booked him for the very first time.
You definitely did. He admitted it. So.
Nah, and it was dope, though, but there always been a class act. Like, he's always been a good dude. He's always, you know, he's a good guy, man. So, and I just love to see what's happening.
Definitely. So what's next for you, man? What's going on besides KOD tonight?
Oh, man, KOD tonight, baby. And then we back on this tour with Luke Nasty, the Back It Up tour. More artists. More fire, man. Definitely a lot more projects coming, a lot of distribution, and some podcasting with you, and just man. So you know, I'm just excited, man, because the world's opening up, and I thought the world was gonna end. Real, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? And after like the third week, right? I didn't get COVID, and then I went to Miami last 4th of July, and we had a yacht party. And shout out to French. French was shooting a video, and then all his people came on the video, and we had the best time ever. And then my man called me the next day and said, yo, man, you remember that captain that was there? I was like, yeah, the dude that, you know, was pouring all our drinks, you know, putting his hand all over our ice. And yeah, guess what happened? He just tested positive for COVID. And I was like, oh, man. And like, then 2 weeks later, I was at the strip club in Greensboro. I was doing another party, me and my homeboy, you know, a DJ, I don't even want to throw him out there, but he's a pretty popular guy right here.
Yeah.
And we counting the money in the bag. He's like, yeah, bro, I just had this idea for this party with you. I was sick in bed with COVID, you know. And I'm looking at him like, bro, what was this 2 weeks ago? Like, bro, it ain't been 2 weeks.
Right.
So after that time, I thought, you know, after I didn't die, I said, you know what, I'm going to go on these tours. I'm going to go everywhere because, you know what, the world is going to open back up. Yeah, and once it does open, whoever's caught that win is who's going to pop when it opens.
Yep.
See, these are the roaring 20s, bro. Like, history repeats itself. So you know, we got about a good 8 years before the stock market crashes here, because if you see what happened 100 years ago before the Great Depression, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
And they pumped all this money into the economy, same thing that they did, and it made it the Roaring '20s. It was the Spanish flu, 1919, and 1920 came. They had a cure.
I hear that shit.
I'm telling you, bro, so it'll be crazy for y'all don't think all this PPP money and all this unemployment. Bro, people can't even work no more because they so spoiled now.
Yeah.
So there's so much money being floating around there, right? So what's going to happen is it's going to be going crazy for the next few years, and it's going to explode. And
But
then
they just stopped it. You know, Georgia just stopped June 26th. There's no more pandemic unemployment. That's ended. And the PPP shit definitely ran out. So there's no more free money. So we're going to see what happens.
Listen, this America, there's always free money.
So, well, you know what I mean.
There's
no more of that free money.
Yeah, there's no more of that free money. But
it's somewhere.
Somewhere. But I hope that people took their PPP money
and made something of it. Yeah.
But if not, y'all had a hell of a time in Miami. Y'all got some good crab legs. Y'all got some jewelry.
Some good Instagram pictures.
Hey, man, and you know, we accept all forms of currency tonight at King of Diamonds.
Yes.
We accept every form of currency.
Yes, we do. Make sure y'all come through. Make sure y'all pull up. Any artists, it's still time to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go.
Let them know where they can find you right
you
now.
talking about for the socials?
Yeah, like just your
my phone number. You want to get my phone number? I get my phone number. Whatever you want, brother. I get my phone number out all the time. So
let's get it.
It's at WALEED COYOTE, WALEED COYOTE. At Others Records, OTHAZ Records, and then KO.